In this video I'm going to compare the performance of the stylus on the Lenovo X220 tablet and the HP TC4200 and the Fujitsu Siemens Lifebook T4010. I got the X220 a couple of days ago and was greatly disappointed to find that the accuracy on the stylus was vastly inferior to other tablet PCs that I'd used and on before. Searching online, it turns out that a lot of people have had the same issue as well. So hopefully in this video we'll show just how bad it is. So I'll get these tablets into tablet mode and we'll see. So we've got the X220 into portrait mode, and as you can see in the tablet C settings dialog window, I have no calibration data stored. So this is going to, it's going to highlight the performance of the digitizer with no calibration. So let's have a look at the edges. What do we get? Let's see if I can get the camera set up. Right. The stylus is touching the screen, and you can see how as I move towards the screen we get this humongous shift. Look at that. Jeez. I mean, clicking on anything is an absolute chore. Yeah, it gets a bit better there. Again, towards this edge here. Move down. There's an offset. Oh, and it seems to be getting worse here. Yeah, it is. It's getting worse, and then it sort of gets a bit better there. Let's refocus. It's a bit hard to see the pen because it's so dark. Yeah, it's not so bad here on this edge, and then it gets worse there. Refocus again. So yeah, as you can see on the edges, the performance really is absolutely abysmal. It's unusable. So let's have a look. And even in the middle, I mean, usually the middle is meant to be better. I mean, from using other tablets, yes, I know that the quality on the edges has always been a little bit less, but never this bad. I mean, look at that. Look at the offset. Wow, absolutely terrible. Okay, so moving on to the HP TC4200. As you can see, there also is no calibration data on this tablet. So let's have a look at edge performance. I mean, look at that. Very nice. Hardly any offset. There's a bit of lag, but that's not a big deal. At least when you click on something with the pen, you know, Windows registers a click where you think you're clicking. Yeah, so we're getting a bit of drift there. Oh. Yeah, it's quite clearly working very well. And the surprising thing is this is without calibration data as well. I mean, I've had this tablet for between 4 and 5 years now. It's had very heavy use, and I've never needed to calibrate the screen. I've always used it with whatever calibration comes sort of out of the box. And likewise, I had a Fujitsu Siemens ST5010 before this. It was a slate, and I don't remember ever needing to calibrate that, and I never had issues with the pen on there. So there you go. So on the edges, this is very good, no complaints at all. And in the middle of the screen, as you can see, it's working very good. And this is with no calibration. Perfectly usable. Okay, so moving on to the Fujitsu T4010. This is running Windows XP, and unlike Windows 7, you can't reset the calibration data. So I don't know whether this has calibration or not, but it most likely has. So let's have a look at edge performance on this thing. It's a bit hard to see. Okay, so we've got a bit of a funny zone there. Oh, I mean, once again, that is pretty good. I mean, you certainly wouldn't really have much trouble clicking on small items like this. Yes, there is a bit of an offset. I am also holding the pen at a bit of a weird angle. Now that's more natural. There we go, that's much better. In fact, let's go back. Yeah, that's much better. Much better. So if we carry on down here, I mean, that's perfect. Just refocus. Yeah, you're getting a bit of an offset there. So yeah, on this edge we are getting a bit of an offset, but it's certainly not as bad as on the X220. In the middle of the screen, it's perfectly fine. No problems at all. Let's go back on this edge. It's really not that bad. It's not that bad at all. Yeah, it's fine, it's acceptable, and it's usable. So that's the T4010. Okay, so now let's calibrate the X220 and see what difference that makes to the performance. So let's refocus, and you can see the drift already. Ooh. Tablet, other busy settings. Right. So we have here the 16-point calibration screen. So let's begin. See if we can show that. Get some better lighting. Right, there we go. I am trying to calibrate this point, and it's not. I think that the digitizer is way out on this edge. That the calibration software thinks that this is an erroneous point, and you see how many times it took me there to get that to advance to the next point. Once again, I have to sort of move the pen actually away from the edge. Look at that. Jeez Louise. There we go. I mean, you've seen I actually have to click away from the calibration point there in order to get it to move to the next one. So I'm obliged to feed it false information, so it doesn't bode well. Yep, oh, there we go. That took more than one attempt still. There we go. Okay. So that's been calibrated. Let's create a new page. Right, so edge performance. Better on this edge. And the calibration has obviously done its job there. Let's, oh, there we go. We've got an offset, quite a large one as well. Oh, there we go, look, you're still getting the same behaviour. The calibration hasn't taken it out, it's just sort of shifted. It's very odd. But I mean, the thing is that the calibration relies on the digitizer behaving sort of in linear fashion between calibration points, and it doesn't look like it is along the edges here. Yeah, I mean, it's still pretty bad, unfortunately. Still very unusable along this edge. Well, see, that's not so bad. No, that's not so bad here, but it is. Yeah, that's okay. So the calibration has improved things somewhat on these edges. Oh, I accidentally clicked on that. But on this top edge, it's still very unusable. And the unfortunate thing is that the top edge is where your menus are. So this will make using the software very tedious. Let's have a look in the middle. Quite a fair bit of drift, more than the other tablets, even with calibration. Not so bad here. And more drift there. And then we go back here, and you've got this sudden increase in bizarreness towards the top of the screen. Yeah, see, I can't actually click any of these icons without moving my pen below the icons themselves. So that's the X220 after calibration. So the calibration has improved things somewhat, but it's still not that great. Unfortunately, it still have usability issues. And even on this edge, it's not that ideal, to be honest. And it certainly seems worse than the other tablet PCs. To close a Google Chrome tab on the X220. There we go. Using the tablet PC calibration utility in the control panel only gives you a maximum of 16 calibration points. However, it is possible to call that calibration utility from the command line and pass it parameters so you can configure the calibration to display as many points as you want. The program is called TabCal, and if you have a look online, there's quite a fair bit of information on how to use it. I've written a little Python script that allows you to sort of easily configure TabCal to generate a lot of calibration points towards the edge of the screen and less in the middle. So let's give that a go. So if I run that, you do need to reset your calibration data first. So if we do that, right, so calibration data removed, and then if we run the calibration utility in Python, right, and this is this is what I've got so far. So as you can see, around the corners and the edges, there's a fair bit. There's more calibration points, and in the middle there's less. So we'll give that a go, and then we'll see how it looks. Let's have a look at the performance of the digitizer after my super calibration. So, pen touching. So unfortunately, we're still having issues at this edge here, where the pointer suddenly swings to the edge. That's not so bad here, but it does drift. It's, as we go down the screen, it gets further away from the pen. It's getting even worse there. That's not too bad here. Yep, not too bad at all. That looks pretty good as well. Maybe not actually. Seems to sort of latch towards the edge of the screen there. I suppose it's not too bad, to be honest. I'm not complaining about that. And in the middle of the screen, I certainly think it's much better. Still getting some offset there. That's alright. Yeah, that's good. So as you can see, with the super calibration, the pen performance has improved. So this edge is fine, the bottom edge is okay, in the middle of the screen it's fine now. We're still getting problems at this edge and sort of with this area here, but these were the ones where I had severe problems anyway, and I don't think calibration is going to fix that. So there you have it, a comparison of the performance of the digitizer on the X220 and the TC4200 and the T4010. hopefully this has shown that the X220 does have severe problems with the digitizer that aren't solved by calibration. You can make your own custom calibration, and that does improve things, but it doesn't fix them entirely.